Minasan konnichiwa. Hi guys. Today I have a video that I'm very excited about. But first of all, I want to say thank you for 1,000 subscribers, which I wasn't really expecting to have this many so soon. But I'm very happy, and again, thank you so much. I wanted to make something different for my 1,000 subscribers video, and I think I came up with a great idea. I will be interviewing 8 people from different places and different backgrounds in a single video. Adam. He's Chinese. We met in a boarding school in California, and he currently lives in the States. Elis. He's Swedish and Finnish. We met in the university in Oslo, and he currently lives in Sweden. Hikari. She's half American, half Japanese. We went to the same ballet school in San Francisco, and she currently dances in a ballet company in the States. Juan. He's Brazilian. He's Hikari's boyfriend. They dance in the same company. And actually, I can't believe I have never met him, because when I call Hikari, we always end up talking, the 3 of us together. Nora, she's Norwegian. We were in the same class at university in Oslo, and she currently dances in a ballet company in Norway. Rudy, he's Dominican. We actually have never met, but we have some friends in common, and he currently lives in Japan. Sacha, she's Russian, who grew up in many places. We went to the same university in Oslo, and she currently dances in a company in Russia. Steinn, he's Icelander and American. We met in Oslo, and fun fact, we were killing it on Snapchat, and I think we had 530 something Snapchat streaks. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. Let's get started. What do you like about your country or culture?
I like that the United States has a big mix of different cultures. It's a big mixing pot of people from all over, and we can appreciate other cultures.
China right now, their transportation system is probably the best. And in China, when you go to shopping, all you need is your phone. You can link your bank account to WeChat, so you just pay through the app. You don't even need a wallet anymore.
The appreciation for art. They always appreciate theaters and all the rest, because in any other country that I've been, people don't seem to give a shit about ballets, operas, and even concerts that are with orchestras and whatever. The fact that they appreciate so much is also you also you learn from it a lot.
Of course.
The food. Iceland has some amazing fish culture. Yes. Going back there and having, the food that my grandma serves me. She makes these amazing, Icelandic classics. That's probably my favorite, yeah.
Lo amable que son las personas. Somos muy amigables, somos bien serviciales con la gente del extranjero, independientemente de qué país sean. Siempre cuando llega una persona a nuestro país, siempre le brindamos comodidad, nuestra casa. Tenemos un buen corazón para las demás personas.
There are many things I like about my country, and of course some things I don't. And it sounds a bit weird to say, but I really appreciate it in this past months that we are a quite developed country, and a welfare state gives me a lot of support and benefits, security, economically.
That's a good thing about the Nordic countries.
I feel a bit bad for saying it because it's not like that everywhere, but I think also the nature is really beautiful here.
Sweden is a socialist country, so I think the socialist mentality try to involve everyone, probably that's what we're striving for. I mean, it's not really there yet, of course.
The food. I miss the Brazilian food a lot. And also I can say the carnaval, the Brazilian carnaval.
That's true.
Yeah. I feel like if you're single, you're going to enjoy the carnaval so much more, than when you're in a relationship.
Have you ever experienced culture shock?
Yes. I wasn't quite shocked, but I definitely, my favorite trip that I've ever done was my trip that I got to take to Japan. I got to work with kids from the Kobe University, so it was really fun to get to know them, and they were just amazing people. But I would definitely say that was my favorite place to travel to in terms of culture. Yeah.
Sí, mira, principalmente aquí en Japón, mucha la diferencia. La cultura japonesa con la cultura latina, ¿sabe? Aquí son muy disciplinados, muy puntuales. Aquí son tan respetuosos que aquí ellos ponen una tiendecita en la calle, mira, y se vende sola. La gente paga, la gente se devuelven ellos mismos.
I think neither you or me has actually experienced that because we've been growing up like in so many places.
Yeah.
I can't call it shock. It's just some sort of adaptation that you have to, you know, consider.
Interesting.
This is very important. Cultural respect.
Always.
If you visit a country
Always.
that you know that has their like, you know, priorities and religions and whatever, always check out.
In the States, cops have like a little handgun, and you can see it on them. They don't like hide it or anything, but it was just a shock to me seeing in Mexico those big guns at like a little party.
Even at the shopping mall, and there's like policemen with these huge guns, like just walking around. It's like, you know, it's crazy actually if you think about it, but that's normal here.
I went to France to work there for a few months. You know, they don't really speak English and all of these things, which is probably like expected now, or at least what I expect, that a lot of people usually speak English, but most of them didn't. So you had to like try to adapt to that.
Freedom of speech, you know, like how they call here. In some ways, I think that's good, that's beautiful thing. But I feel like people use that for racism, for example. So that was a really shock thing. See how people they can be racist here, how they can just say things on your face, you know, like they can just judge you, like, and they just call that freedom of speech. And I don't see this way. I see that's offensive. I see that's not a beautiful freedom anymore. You not use your freedom well. You know, like you could use that to make something magnificent.
Also, probably the food, you know. In Sweden, we eat like 7 in the morning. We eat lunch at like 12. And then we eat like dinner at like 6, 7 o'clock. But everything is like turned 2 hours later, you know. So dinner is like at 9, 10, you know. But it's the same for you, right?
Yeah, here we eat, like dinner is at 9 o'clock, 9:30.
Is people throw trash on the floor?
Like on the streets.
On the streets. Not that in Brazil the streets are clean.
Yeah.
But it's bothered me some way. Like it's pissed me off, you know, like it makes me want to take that thing and throw back on the person. You know, like serious, like there is trash can like everywhere in this country.
It was maybe when I went to China. I mean, we were there for a dance performance, so we didn't have that much time, and it felt like we were just surfacing a bit. But it was very strange and fantastic, and was very fascinating. I really enjoyed the atmosphere and how polite everyone were.
Snow in California, that was pretty impressive, right? And the American way of doing, you know, high school is like, wild.
Yeah, it was very wild experience in
Iowa. Exactly. Because that would not work in China at all. Like it's not gonna be a thing.
Would you consider dating or marrying someone from another culture?
Yes, I'm very open-minded towards dating someone from another culture. It sounds very nice. When it comes to language, like that's another thing. I don't know, there's something with like humor and some things that it's hard to translate when you're not like at like a very good level.
I think if the other person is from another culture would actually be beneficial, because you can travel to another country and, you know, be there for a couple of times, but you don't really know what's going on there. So if your partner is from another culture, actually, you know, maybe kind of widen your perspective about, you know, just life and the world in general, you know.
I can consider like, you know, dating because, you know, every other culture is quite interesting. And like, there's a lot of people that are like mixed races now, like you. Yeah. And it's always so cool because like, if you can marry somebody from another, like, you know, country, you know, maybe your kids could have 2 nationalities. Yeah. And that's really comfortable.
Couldn't care less about where the person is from, to be honest. Like, if you're in love, you're in love.
I currently am dating someone Irish. I don't think I'm very conservative at all when it comes to dating. So I don't think I would try to keep within my country lines. I really am starting to really enjoy Ireland. Being here for summers, I see why they call it the Emerald Isle. So the vivid green color that it turns during summer is just fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm Hikari. I don't know what to expect from some Brazilian girl, but for some American, you know, like it's always something new. We always learn, you know, like I like it a lot, you know, like because it keeps always interesting.
you're exposed to a lot of different things that you haven't been exposed to or you wouldn't have been exposed to otherwise.
That's true.
It really like widens your world and what you know and your view of life.
Was mastering English hard for you?
I can't say I absolutely mastered English, but I did have a hard time because my mom threw me into a public school where there are less Chinese speaking people, so it's just kind of just have to pick it up from zero. The hardest part would be just think straight in English and right away. That's the hardest part. Yeah.
I guess not, because we learned Swedish or English, sorry, very early. 6 or 7 years old. That really is almost mandatory. So when you start real courses, I guess when you're 16, 17, you really have to master English. It sort of comes automatically. I think a lot of people understand it perfectly or almost perfectly, but maybe not all of them are comfortable speaking it, even though they know it.
I will say it wasn't one of the hardest things. For me, math was like the worst. English, for me, it was like the first thing I mastered. I don't know how. I mean, I kind of know because like my parents, they've been working in different companies. So everywhere I went, I would listen to
Since you were
English.
very young.
Yeah.
Al principio sí, siempre todos los principios son difíciles. Dicen por ahí, la práctica hace el maestro.
It was hard in some ways. Like I can tell that I reached some level from this level on to pass it. It's hard. Like I don't know how to learn anymore.
I don't feel like I master English at all, actually. Like I struggle every day because I work with many different nationalities and I don't feel confident with it. When I first learned it, I didn't find it so hard in school, but now I'm struggling more, I think.
So what I did with Norwegian was that when I got to Norway, I was placed in a Norwegian classroom with extra teacher to help me that was always standing by my side and whispering in my ear.
Really? Oh, wow.
And then when the other kids went to their regular Norwegian lessons, I went with her.
101.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
It was very intense. I was only 12 years old though, so it came fast. I think everyone was very good at speaking English, but nobody was like only speaking English to me.
Oh.
So that really helped me.
But I think if I really want to, I can switch over to like a good British or a good American accent.
Can you do that?
But mostly no. I don't master English, but
What other language would you like to learn?
Italian or like German, I guess. In some ways, they're useful. At least for me, they're useful. But I won't be learning them anytime soon.
In Italian, I also want to learn Japanese. I want to learn French.
French. Me too. I feel like it sounds kind of romantic.
Yeah, I feel like, I speak French just for that, just for big thanks.
So I want to learn Portuguese, Japanese, and Spanish. I want to learn Portuguese first because it's my boyfriend's language and I want to be able to go and talk to his family. I want to be able to have secret conversations in public that people don't know what we're saying.
That's always useful.
And I want to learn Japanese more fluently because it's the language of my mom. And I want to learn Spanish because it's so useful in the States.
Japanese.
Really?
Jesus, I've been watching so many like animes. I'm just trying to watch JoJo, Death Note, and
you know more than I do.
I don't know any of those. Kimi no Na wa Attack on Titan.
Yes.
I'm like, yes. I love listening to it in Japanese, but then I read the subtitles. But sometimes I get so distracted with what they say. I'm like, I wonder what the hell they're saying.
¿Sabes qué yo estaba pensando los otros días?
¿Qué?
Árabe.
Dime. ¿Árabe?
Porque vi cómo se escribía y cómo se hablaba y me llamó la atención.
I would try to learn Spanish. Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
You teach me Spanish. I'll help you with your Chinese.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Steinn wants to learn either French or German.
I would absolutely love to learn Japanese. Because we went to school together and you taught me a little bit, and I really missed that, and I thought it was so much fun.
Can I post like a video here?
That would be hilarious.
今日は雨降ってません。今日は雪降ってます。私は雪が大好きです。
Do you have any tips for learning a new language?
The best tip I can give is to listen to English music and and try to figure out what the lyrics is saying.
So like when you use those language apps, what you learn there is so not useful.
Never use apps. They are bullshit. I'm sorry. Netflix. This is what helped me with the accent and the rest. Netflix. So if you watch like all the movies in the original, let's say English, and then just watch the subtitles in your own like language, I guess that can actually help. That did not help me with the anime because I don't know when the words start or end in Japanese.
That's true. It's a bit more complicated.
And I'm just like, where would the pause? Help me.
Watch TV shows, cartoons. That was one thing that I learned a lot.
Shows for kids, but it works.
La paciencia. Paciencia es la clave de todo.
For me, I don't know, maybe sounds weird, but if you don't have anyone to talk to, you can talk to yourself out loud. I don't do this that often, but do tutorials on everything in my life. Like if I was making food, I was like talking out loud, like, so now I'm like making, or now I'm doing my hair, like to like improve my English or...
Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but sometimes I do it as well.
I think we all do it. And I just said, I think that we all do it, and maybe everyone's like, no, we don't.
I'm not alone.
You're not alone, girl.
My advice is that never learn two languages at the same time.
What worked for me was being in the country and being immersed. I tried to learn Spanish in high school. Eventually got to go on a trip to Barcelona. I just remember having learned more Spanish in the week that I was in Barcelona than I did in, the rest of the 2 years in the course.
So the only way for me to learn was just to try to talk all the time, and listen to conversations all the time, play games like language related, But the best way to learn it is to live where they speak the language you're trying to learn.
Most of people, when they are learning one language, they study like twice a week, and they think that's enough.
Yeah.
So if you want to learn like faster and
effective way,
2 times a week is not enough.
I feel like to learn another language, especially if you're not in the country, you have to be really committed. Like if you're there, it's a lot more doable. Either way, it's hard to learn another language, but especially if you're not there, it's so hard.
I agree. That happened to me with Chinese. Like I started it, but then, like it's not my priority right now. So like I have other things to do, and I'm like, well, now that I realize I haven't taken class for a month and a half, so it's gone now. So yeah, you have to be very committed.
Oh my gosh, my first interview.
Well, I can see myself and I can see you, but now I see your leg.
Wait, you said casual and I'm here like with a sweater and you look super nice, like, girl.
I still can't see my face, but...
I'll let you know where is like good angle.
It'd be hard to find good angles for me, but
no.
I'm sure we'll make it work.
Le tienes que cambiar la cámara así. Please.
Where should I be?
Left?
That way? This way?
There! You look great there.
I don't know. That's a hard question.
That's a hard question.
Next one.
So you're gonna edit this a little bit, right? After we done.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Can you ask me again, and then we'll pretend this is from my answers from here.
People don't give. Can I swear?
What's coming? I don't remember.
Ni pelo, Dios. Ni pelo, Dios. Okay, ya.
No, flaca, tranquila, que...
Do you have any tips when learning a new language? Oh, what was it? I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm. I can't understand my letters anymore.
Kobe?
No, this was last summer.
No, but was it in Kobe, in Japan? Kobe?
Oh, Kobe. Yeah, I thought you said COVID.
The first six.
Okay.
You look so pretty.
No.
Árabe es un idioma de rico. El español es un idioma de pobre.
You guys are so cute.
She's not very photogenic.
No,
She's very-
she is.
Only the good ones go to the internet.